There is Argentina as we continue our countdown to France 98 in the World Cup finals by following the progress of some of the sides likely to make an impact this summer. Tonight, Argentina against Bulgaria, and qualification for Argentina didn't come easily, although they eventually topped their qualifying group. Their start, though, was so poor, including defeat by Ecuador and draws against Peru and Paraguay. It was beginning to look as if, for the first time since 1970, they weren't going to qualify. Part of their problem has been the almost obsessional desire of Daniel Passarella, the coach, to change not only the team but the tactics as well. He's used so far an incredible 46 players during qualifying, including no less than 6 goalkeepers. Well, despite that and the wealth of world-class attacking talent, they only managed 23 goals in 16 games in qualifying, and even more incredible was Passarella's reluctance to use one of the world's greatest striking talents and Argentina's leading goal scorer, Gabriel Batistuta. He started just 7 games, but he starts on the field tonight. Elsewhere, still no place for Fernando Redondo. He hasn't cut his hair yet. And for Bulgaria, as the game is just about to get underway, almost complete contrast whilst Passarella seeks the blend. Esto Bonev has mended bridges with Penev and Stoichkov, but hasn't had much success in finding new talent to challenge the established but aging cast list. 8 on the ball is one of them, Esto Stoichkov. Plenty of space there for Penev, who's enjoying a real Indian summer in Spain. Top scorer for his club side. And it's almost entirely the same squad since 1994. The only difference this time is that many of the players for Bulgaria are not playing regular first-team football here. 2 is Kichichev. And it sent several of them scurrying back home to Bulgaria, looking for first-team football to guarantee their place in the World Cup finals this summer. 7 is Hirstov. And, well, it doesn't look as though he's going to be taking much messing tonight, that referee. In the stadium, which is the home of Argentinian club Vélez Sarsfield. Zapata. Once again, it's more like what's causing the headlines here in Argentina in the build-up to this game with the players that weren't playing rather than those that are. Cardozo, number 10. And if you look at what's missing, the likes of Diaz, Sensini, Zanetti, Ortega, Simeone and Crespo, and you'll realise that perhaps the best is yet to come from Argentina, but they're still tipped as possible dark horses. 7 is Lopez. And Batistuta had just begun his run and taken himself away from Yordanov. And again, there's space up here for Penev, and he's in behind it. And the keeper, Cavallaro, who is goalkeeper number 7, believe it or not. And a hint of offside there, but again, good control, and Penev looking a lot fitter than he has done in recent seasons. He's lost a lot of weight. Four is Lombardi. Zapata again. 11 is Veron. Not the best touch, and he was closed down by Balikov and gives away a free kick. Three is Yordanov. And slightly awry control there from Todorov. Ayala. And that's a very loose ball indeed. Gives it straight to Stoichkov. Makes nothing better than to be able to run. Defenders, and his first shot of the evening. There's nothing really to trouble the keeper. Stoichkov is having a torrid time at Barcelona. Personal differences with the coach Louis van Gaal. forced him not even onto the sidelines. And it's almost certain that he's likely to appear for CSKA before the season's close. 20 is Gallardo. And Argentina yet to get into their stride at the moment. Stoichkov as willing as ever, looking for the ball to get involved and get stuck in. Balakov comes away with it. Kishichev. 11 is Todorov. And Hustov was asking a little too much of himself there, well covered by Chamot. And just clipped was Jose Chamot. And he's certainly enjoying a great season with the resurgent Lazio in Italy's Serie A. And just a bit far away for perhaps Batistuta to be considering making an attempt on goal here just at the moment. Coach Daniel Passarella, former World Cup winner of course, and such an elegant player during his time. But he is a real disciplinarian, as many of these players have found out to their cost. Very far post, looking for Batistuta. The crowd begins to roar, but it's still not clear. And Zdravkov gets down well from Cardozo's shot. The clearing header from Jordanov wasn't the best, but the keeper was there to cover it. And Zdravkov, again, not a first-choice goalkeeper. They've got a bit of a goalkeeping problem. Bulgaria at the moment. Mikhailov is currently not playing for Plovdiv, back in Romania. He suffered injury and it could cause them a few problems as the World Cup approaches. This is Balakov then with a free kick for Bulgaria. Shoving in there as Kestov goes to the far post. Too much pace on the ball. Again, there's plenty of space appearing behind the defenders so far. They're not marking tightly this back three of Argentina. 11 there was Veron, who is the captain for this evening. Nice touch right, Cardozo. And that's perhaps where they miss Zanetti. Great with the ball, but that's a good touch again. Looking for Batistuta as he peels again off of his defender and finds a lot of space. One quality ball in there could really damage. It was Lopez doing the damage once again, and this time across to cover is Jordanov. Lopez quick to pick up the ball and get play going again. And a free kick for the challenge on Veron. That Brujita is what he's called, the little witch. There's Gabriel Batistuta. That's a reasonable delivery, not enough height on it though to get over the first line of defence. 11 here is Veron. And the first attempt of the night for Batistuta. Incredible to think he just started 7 World Cup qualifying games. Daniel Passarella prefers Hernan Crespo and feels that the pair of them don't hit it off together, that they're too similar. Crespo still has it all to do, whereas Batistuta has done most of it before. 10 on the ball is Cardozo. Play on, says the referee. Lombardi. And He gets through, and a chance here. The referee has raised his arm. It's not going to be allowed. Batistuta was offside. A very intelligent running from Batistuta off the ball. Just look how he picks up the space. The run was perfect. Just ill-timed. The defender getting in his way just forced the error as he tried to brush past him and did it just too quickly. But a good ball from Veron. So 11 minutes gone, still no score. And there's the coach, Širsto Bonev. Stoichkov. The 5 is Gruyev. And a slightly misplaced pass. Pineda to Zapata. Zapata's ball again, and there's more space here. Batistuta's got his arm raised. The shot, though, from Gallardo was dipping, but dipping too late. But Batistuta once again starting a run, and it was 3 against 3, and he was in an awful lot of space. Both these sides have differing fortunes during the draw for the World Cup. Certainly Bulgaria are in probably the most difficult group of all, with Paraguay, Spain and Nigeria. That's a nice touch. This is Penev trying to feed it through, but there was good covering work that time from Pineda. That's Kichichev. Again across to cover is Chamot. 10 is Cardozo, and he's bundled to the floor by Todorov. This is Lombardi. That's Veron. I'm just trying to be a little too intricate, but Veron. There's another one who's enjoying a really good season in Italy with Sampdoria. Once again, Batistuta begins to peel away along with Gallardo and Lopez. This time just running into a little bother. 20 is Gallardo again. This is Veron. Still Veron. 10 is Cardozo, and down he goes. The referee says play on. And Bulgaria are slow to break. This is Penev down on his knees. And he too has had a remarkable recovery from serious illness from a few years ago when he was diagnosed with a form of cancer, and has recovered very well. Here he is again. He does well to get around the back, and there's nobody there to assist. And Hestov was immediately covered by 2 defenders, but Stoichkov was well back and beyond, and there's no Kostadinov or Lechkov. Remember, they're on the bench tonight. And you may well see them before the end of the game, because this is the first 45 minutes that Stoichkov has begun for a very long time indeed. And it will obviously tell on him. Again, space opens up down the flank for Pineda. Again, looking for Lopez. Lopez whips it in low. Too near. And Petrov can come away with it. Well, they're not making the best use of the possession that they've had at the moment, Bulgaria. It's certainly the most difficult game that, one of the most difficult games on paper that the Argentinians will have in their build-up for the World Cup finals. 6 is another veteran of tournaments past, Yankov. And again, a very short ball asking for trouble. This is Lopez. Lopez goes, finds Batistuta. He's on his own. Batistuta has to take a shot at goal. And there wasn't really enough space there for him. But it's far from certain that he will be in a starting lineup for Argentina come June the 10th. And he was one of the ones that fell foul of Passarella's disciplinarian regime very early on. Long hair, earrings, all were banned, and Batistuta came into that category, of course, but these days the hair is a little closer cropped. 7 was Lopez once again, but that was a poor one. But again, Bulgaria offering little movement up front. And movement is something that there is plenty of in the opening stages of this game from Argentina. 20 is Gallardo. Looking for Veron. And back there to cover is Hristo Stoichkov. Another great ball by Stoichkov right to the chest of Hristov. And Hristov again going for the return, but again there's nobody around to assist, and the movement off the ball is poor. 10 is Balakov. He can shoot from distance, Balakov, and again they're left looking at each other, Bulgaria, as Chamot defends that one really rather easily. And they're looking very laboured in these early stages, Bulgaria. And Zdravkov. Down goes Batistuta under the challenge of Petrov. And this is certainly in range for any number of Argentinians here. And a bit harsh really, he stood on the ball. Batistuta will certainly fancy his own chances from here. There's Lopez, and number 20 is Gallardo. 2 in the wall, Ayala, and number 7, Lopez. And Batistuta, and it took a deflection. And you're quite surprised to see how easily the Bulgarians allowed Lopez and Ayala to muscle in on the wall. And the corner will be taken by number 20, who is Gallardo. Batistuta's there making a fuss all over the place, and again it just too high on the top of the forehead of Batistuta. Well, he's a huge crowd favourite. Two reasonably good challenges, finds Hristov. Don't forget, of course, the quality of defensive play in the World Cup will become all the more important with the new ruling from FIFA about the challenge from behind, any challenge from behind, being a sending off incident, and it's sure to ruffle a few feathers of some of the less mobile defenders. That was Penev. The one thing Penev doesn't have in abundance is pace. Cardozo. Lovely turn by Lopez. Veron plays the 1-2, and you get the feeling that it's just due to the fact that the red shirt just happened to be in attendance rather than any defensive vision. There's certainly plenty of space there, and it's surprising so far that the Argentinians, considering the possession that they've had, have not managed to make better use of it. That's far too near the keeper. Now a chance for a break for Bulgaria, which will be led by Penev. But again, he's very quickly closed down and gives away a free kick. Five Zapata, this is Veron. And Batistuta was playing for the free kick and he won it. And a yellow card, first of the evening, from the referee, who looked as though he was going to be a little on the fussy side when we started, but he's been well up with the game and has managed it well so far. Just 4 in the wall, dangerous policy with the likes of Veron, who's standing over the ball this time as well, and he can strike a ball equally efficiently with both left or right foot. And 20, Gallardo. Kills it in, good save from the keeper. That was a very good save from Ayala's head, and it's one of his major strengths, Ayala. It flew toward the keeper anywhere, either side, and it was a goal. 25 minutes gone here in Buenos Aires, and still we await the first goal. And Ayala, namesake of former international from the '74 World Cup, if I remember rightly, doing very well. And this is well as well from Veron, and down he goes. He made the most of it, but the challenge from the Bulgarian number 5, Gruyev, is considered bad enough to warrant a yellow card. Now again, another dangerous position this for the Argentinians. Gallardo is over the ball. That's a good delivery, but too near the keeper, just looking for somebody to glance the ball, get to the near post, but nobody there. And again, possession is immediately conceded once more by Bulgaria, and away they come, and this is Lopez who's offside. Well, not quite a marginal decision, but Lopez has caught this time. But he's got this ability to switch to either flank, Lopez, as you've just seen, or you have seen in the opening 25 minutes here. He played in 12 of the qualifying games, and was one of the side that won an Olympic silver medal. And they don't actually like to be reminded of that fateful day, of course, when they lost to the Nigerians. That's a sloppy ball again. Here's Veron, and again weaving nice patterns in the middle of the field, and I was just about to say keeping possession of the ball as well when they give it away to Balakov. And this is Lombardi, number 4. Across to cover him is Veron, and down goes Gruyev. And there you go, a look at the Bulgarian substitutes bench. And they certainly need something up front, which is going to provide them with a few options, because Stoichkov and Penev have provided few so far. And Balakov's supporting role in the middle of the field has been found wanting by some very quick closing down by the Argentinian midfield. For once again is Lombardi. Again, space opens up in front of him if he continues his run. This is Lopez, though. Still Lopez. And, well, he really should have seen the run there of Lombardi. There was acres of space. And by the time he looked up, there was nobody in it. But it's his shooting which is said to be the weakest part of his game, actually, Lopez. Often found a little wanting, but he's certainly got the pace and close ball control to get him into dangerous positions. And best Argentine manager for a long time who's not had to worry over the inclusion or not, as the case may be, of Diego Maradona. If there's one thing that he's expressed as a racing certainty, that Maradona will be nowhere near the World Cup team this year. There may well, though, be a place for Maradona's great friend on the field, Claudio Caniggia, who is returning from injury and has all but been promised a place by a Passarella if he can get fit. Lombardi's cross. And is Balakov, down he goes, and a yellow card is going to come out. And again, very cheaply given away possession. Veron looking for Batistuta, covered by three very close to him. Batistuta and Stoichkov. 11 is Todorov. Balakov does well to hold one off, but that was a nice touch from Ayala. Away comes Gruyev. And just manages to take the sting out of the ball then, Stoichkov, but couldn't do enough to get it back across. But he's woefully short of real match practice. In fact, when you consider the previous season, Stoichkov 32 years of age now, so, you know, not really totally over there. Should be good for at least another couple of years, but it was last year as well. Before he was brought back to Barcelona, he had a fairly ordinary time whilst he was in Italy with Parma, and he's never really regained the type of form that took him to World Player of the Year back in 1994. And time for a quick juice break. Bulgaria, incidentally, the only UEFA team to qualify directly for the finals, who lost more than one group match. They lost two away to Israel and Russia, although it must be said that they had already qualified by the time that they'd played Russia in the final game. And some discussions being had with Ayala, another of the Italians. 31 caps now for Ayala, formerly with River Plate, experienced sweeper. And another one of the silver medal Olympic winning team. Well, at the moment, it's worth recalling that prior to USA 1994, Bulgaria had never won a match in the World Cup finals, and if it doesn't get much better than the way they're playing at the moment as a team, then they don't look likely to be worrying either Spain, Paraguay or Nigeria. Although they are aging, it must be said that they still do possess enough skill and, on their day, guile. Argentina, well, they've been paired in Group H with Japan, Jamaica and Croatia, so it should be a fairly straightforward route through for them, as Batistuta has the ball taken off of him by Petrov. Veron is back in there, but this time it drops to Stoichkov, who sends a long ball through the middle. Penev goes to take up position. This is Todorov, and it's the best position they'd worked themselves into all evening, and it was from the boot of Stoichkov that the move began. That was Veron. Ten is Cardozo. And here Stoff goes down, and it's a free kick to Bulgaria. Sold him one and went the other way. That's good play by Stoichkov. Needs a good delivery, and it isn't. And still, he looks to be one of the few players in a red shirt that is able to draw on something less than ordinary. "32 minutes then of the second half, or the first half rather, have gone. It's still goalless here. And that's a good ball through for Batistuta. Down he goes, and not curled into the net. Well, you can smile about it now, but it was beautifully played through for him, and maybe again just a hint of offside. The goalkeeper did well to come out and just got his hand to it, but Batistuta couldn't curl the ball in. Forward they come again, and there's space here. Good save from the keeper off the post, and cleared with his boot. And wonderful piece of keeping that by the keeper. And Gallardo can hardly believe his luck. And for the first time, Batistuta was not around or on hand to just put the ball over the line, but it was his ball. Again, great running, that time across the penalty area by Lopez. Took the defender away, created even more space. The crowd are now beginning to get behind the side a little more. That was controlled on the chest, was it, by number 3, Pineda. Veron. Is Lopez, good shot, and Batistuta gets the goal. Real bad luck for the keeper then. It was Lopez's shot that had far too much power and sting in it, and the keeper could only beat it out. And right on the doorstep was Gabriel Batistuta, and they don't get much simpler than that. Another look again, there's Lopez with his arm raised. Jordanov outside of him. It was a good shot to the near post, and he just couldn't maintain his feet. And he'd done so well in the few minutes up to that, and couldn't push it behind the post. But one thing is for certain, that Batistuta will not score an easier one than that of the duration of his career. And forward they come again. This is Lopez once more, and again Zdravkov does extremely well to come out. He's far from being an experienced international goalkeeper, Zdravkov. And the pecking order comes behind Dimitar Popov and Mikhailov. Batistuta. And if you wonder just why they put such a huge price tag on him. Over the past 7 seasons for Fiorentina, he's scored 40% of their total goals. And Lopez was nearly in once more, and again last-ditch defending, that time by Kichichev. As 7 is Hestov for Bulgaria. Goal scored after 34 minutes here. Gruyev was 5. 6 here is Yankov. Again, nice touch by Stoichkov and turn, but he's not got the pace at the moment. I was going to say to get him away, but he did. It looked as though he was labouring for pace a bit there, Hristo Stoichkov, but he still managed to bundle his way through. And he's been the only one that's had a clear sighting on the Argentinian goal. But so far, Cavallaro has had little to do. As Lombardi's ball, this is Batistuta, good tackle. Still in there though, Batistuta still battling away for the ball. And he gets it, and down he goes. After the ball was played. "36 international goals in 55 games. Batistuta overtook the record of Diego Maradona during the course of the World Cup qualifying games. Hestov for Bulgaria. Lent in toward Pineda, and he wins a free kick as well. Fortuitously so. And down again, the referee's whistle goes to his mouth. Another free kick to Bulgaria, to be taken by Balakov. 7 there is Hestov. He got well up in the air that time, did Penev. Still the danger not averted. Well, it is now after a sloppy ball from Balakov. Out of play. Well, the referee says continue. Here comes Veron. It was a short ball, but he did well to maintain possession, Veron. Batistuta with the chests. Going to be spread out wide. No, it's not. Too near Kichichev. And did very well to elude the challenge that time. Did Zapata. Veron in a tussle with Balakov. Free kick quickly taken, touched on by Cardozo. Here's Veron again. Veron, lovely touch by Veron. It's still there, here's Batistuta once again. Batistuta wide of the goal. Power and direction, but not the angle from Batistuta. Just skips past Yordanov and creates just the inch of space that he needed to get a shot toward the goal. Still continuing speculation about where he will be playing his football again next year. Many thought he would have been on his way from Fiorentina. And he's there another season, but they've had a really rather ordinary time again, Fiorentina, and maybe the time is coming this time. Batistuta said to be getting a little tired of almost being the one upon whose shoulders the expectations are heaped at the beginning of every season. Lombardi. Gallardo goes down under not a cynical challenge, really, just a little lazy from Balakov. To is Ayala. And that's going to be another free kick to Argentina. This is Veron looking to weigh up a shot. Goes out wide, looking for Lombardi. Still Lombardi. Down he goes. Well, he thought about it for a moment, did Lombardi. Here's Veron again. He's got such an array of deft little touches, Veron. And Lopez now. Round one, that's going to be a free kick to Argentina and a yellow card for number 11, Todorov, who not for the first time this evening has been left very flat-footed by the movement of Lopez. Now, this will be Pinedo who will take the kick. .44 years of age now, Passarella, as that kick comes in, and again it was aimed toward the head of Batistuta. But again, just look at the movement he makes inside the penalty area in such tight spaces. He may have what appears on the face of it to be a slight frame, but he really is built very strongly indeed, and he just barges his way through to find the position that he needs. And the Argentinians quick to cover, but not this time. They've let Petrov get space to get the ball into the penalty area. It's up in the air from Lombardi. It's going to drop on the edge of the area to Balakov, but it's cleared upfield quickly. 2-on-2, and Bulgaria luckily this time just scrapped the ball forward. 20 is Gallardo. Gallardo again. Batistuta goes on the 1-2, looking to try and get the ball flipped up by Lopez, but maybe it needs to be a 1-2 with Veron. He needs to be playing. And free kick goes Bulgaria's way. Captain of the 78 World Cup winning team, of course, Daniel Passarella. That was in his country's squad for the next 2 World Cups, earning a total of 71 caps and scored 24 goals, which is incredible considering he was a defensive player. Six is Yankov. Balakov. And there's just no... And now, there he goes. The walk had already begun of Hristo Stoichkov when the free kick had been given, in a position which will tempt him greatly. A real chance here just before the half-time break. Up go the laces. Here comes Stoichkov, and off the top of the wall. Well, he's done it successfully very many times, Hristo Stoichkov, but he's allowed the odd miss. So to end the half, Balikov with a corner. Well, the keeper was absolutely nowhere. But the referee's spotting an infringement in there, and Cavallaro is a little lucky, coming for a ball that he was never ever going to get anywhere near. And that indeed is the half-time whistle. And Argentina 1, Bulgaria 0. The goal scored by Gabriel Batistuta after the keeper could only parry the shot of Lopez. Bulgaria have been a little disappointing. Back then to Buenos Aires. The second half gets underway. Argentina leading by that Batistuta goal 2-0, and off immediately goes Lopez and touched through, and again it was very near. They almost caught Bulgaria napping in the very opening stages of this game. And substitution at half-time, you can see probably the very familiar bald head of a certain Jordan Lechkov, the man whose goal, of course, did the damage against the Germans in USA 1994. He's on for Hristo Stoichkov, whose first 45 minutes of real football for a very long time indeed. There he is, Lechkov for Todorov. And it's Kostadinov who is on for Stoichkov. There we go, number 16. Much travelled, of course, Kostadinov. Nice touch again, that time by Lopez. There seems to be a little more zest in the challenge of Bulgaria in these opening couple of seconds. This is Veron. Batistuta battling away with Petrov. Lechkov across to cover, and that's what they were missing in the first half. Anybody putting in some work rate there. Pineda. Controlled well on the chest by Balikov. Away they come now. Kostadinov goes one way. Well, Lechkov was thinking about going the other, but he stopped still. This is Veron. Lopez. One-on-one, Batistuta peels off of the back post. Kichichev wasn't really paying attention as to the positioning of Batistuta, and had the cross been better, it would have been another goal. That's Lechkov's rather aimless ball just downfield. Batistuta, and again getting the ball just stuck underneath his leg, and away now is Ayala. Veron, father, you may remember, scored a goal against Manchester United back in the late 60s if my memory again serves me correctly, in the Intercontinental Cup game. He was a very famous player. There is Diego Maradona with a hamburger. Well, in the last year he's been seen in a boxing ring, he's been seen everywhere doing the business apart from on the field of football, and at 37 years of age this year. He He's still a big favourite of the Argentinian Prime Minister, Mr. Menem. But he is not a favourite son of Daniel Passarella. Stands for everything that Passarella doesn't stand for. Lechkov, good ball. Nice to see some movement through the middle of the field for Bulgaria. And we've already seen more in these opening couple of minutes than we saw in the entire first 45. Lopez looking to try and work himself into some space, but he got caught on the touchline, and Kichichev is coming to the referee's attention. One of the few performances of merit so far for the Bulgarians has certainly been the goalkeeper. And if there are continuing problems with Mikhailov or Popov, then maybe he could find himself as a surprise inclusion to go to France in the summer. That's Petrov. The 7 is Herstov. Again, the possession is just cheaply given away. This is Kostadinov. Still Kostadinov gets another go at it, and Lechkov this time couldn't force his way through. And down in some degree of pain is Gruyev. And Veron plays it out of play. 16 there is Berti. Another attacking midfielder he's chosen to put on, Sergio Berti. Plays for River Plate. And the coach Bonev, now 50 years of age. And certainly got a reputation to live up to as a player. He appeared 96 times for the national side between 67 and 77, scoring 47 goals. Some instruction to Cardozo. German, or he was. I gather he's actually left Hamburg now. And he used in one of the 16 qualifying games. So he's on the fringes. As Veron, that's another lovely ball by Veron. And once again, the quality of the cross didn't mirror the build-up play. And really could be one of the stars of the tournament, Veron, in France. That was Lechkov. This is good play. Still there is Pineda. Good close control again for a defender. It's not often that you see that. Again, Pineda going for the return, but a little too much pace on it this time. Opening games for these two countries in the World Cup finals. Paraguay against Bulgaria on June the 12th, and Argentina open against Japan. And they certainly won't be taking that game very easily. They've already been called out once by that in the past, remember, and you can be sure that their build-up will be, the attention to detail will be a little better as another free kick. And the game just for a moment has gone a bit scrappy. Ten is Balakov. 3 is Yordanov. Yankov, but just look how quickly they close down. And Hirstov forced into making an error, and Argentina pick up possession. Veron, who I don't think has actually given a poor pass all evening. There he is again. 3 is Pineda. Nice control by Lopez, finding Cardozo. Here's Veron again. One touch from Batistuta, referee got in the way. This is Berti. And against the turn of the Bulgarians to close down the space around the penalty area, but you'd have to say for all the possession that Argentina have enjoyed, they've not made the most of it. But as we said at the beginning of the first half, this is far and away from the side that you are likely to see line up in the first World Cup match against Japan. That's nodded down for Lechkov, can shoot from distance, and shrugged away. There's plenty forward here for Bulgaria. And Kishichev, here he is again. Yoranov. And number 5, Zapata. Cardozo. Veron to Zapata again. Quick and slow from Argentina. Chance, oh dear me. Well, we said earlier on that it was considered not to be the greatest asset in his repertoire. Lopez was his shooting, and I think he's underlined that so far tonight. And again, it's kept in play well by Pineda. And this time, Lopez's pace not quite enough to get him to the ball. And Cardozo will take the ensuing corner. Here it comes, Ayala was moving in there again, oh, off the line! Again, superb positioning. Once more, an almost free header on goal. An incredible headed attempt that there was so much power in it. Now at the other end, this is Kostadinov. And again, too near to Pineda. But Ayala's had 2 fabulous chances. And again, when you start to look at the possible options that this side have got, and some of the contributions that we've seen so far this evening, is Veron. And consider some of the players that aren't in tonight. Remember the likes of Cáceres, Diaz, Sensini, Zanetti, who's almost certain to be a starter. There was that header, wonderful stop by Kishichev. Simeone and I think we said Ariel Ortega, and also Hernan Crespo as well. And you begin to realise that this side as they seem so often to do these days when it comes around to major tournament time, have the ability in squad to go far. Balakov with the throw. In from Kishichev. Touched forward by Yankov. This is Lechkov. And again, just an aimless high ball played just into the penalty area. They've not mustered a real opportunity yet. There's Lechkov, tries to go weaving a way through. There's an opportunity here now, plenty in the penalty area if they can get a decent cross, but they didn't. And once again, they let Argentina off the hook. And the keeper, Calvalero, the most underemployed player on the field tonight, is forced to do something. As Penev seemed to be taking an eternity to come through his legs then. The throw will be taken by Lechkov. And Delgado getting ready to make an appearance, possibly for Batistuta. Lechkov again. Gruyev's ball to Kichichev. Kostadinov, Lechkov does well to turn and get the cross in, but there's nobody there. It's just overly hit. And it drops to Veron. Looking for another one of those 35, 40 yard passes. And again, just look at that, a beautiful ball by Veron. There's nobody up though in the penalty area to assist Lopez. 10 is Cardozo. Wasted opportunity by Cardozo. And off the field comes Gabriel Batistuta. And he's picked up a bit of an injury, and 18 is Delgado, Marcelo Delgado. 25 years of age, plays with Racing Club. Leading scorer for Argentina in the last Olympic qualifiers, 8 goals in 7 games, and silver medalist, but he's had few chances in the full squad, playing only one of Argentina's qualifying games. So a chance for Delgado to impress. Argentina have rarely looked in any degree of trouble so far in this game. Before is Petrov. Again, just drops onto the boot of Lombardi. And onside, says the linesman. Surely this is going to be number 2. No. And they go across to have a swift word. And an early chance there. Really, it should have been 2-0, obviously. Oh yeah, the linesman's flag was a little on the late side. This is Yoranov. Veron. And Lombardi exchanging passes. 16 was Berti, and again looking to try and find Lombardi over the top. He's been a willing runner down that flank, Lombardi, all evening. He's not been picked out on a couple of the occasions that he's made box-to-box runs, almost. 10 is Cardozo. Veron. 16 is Berti. That's Lombardi. Finds Berti again. Swung in with the outside of his boots and cleared by Kishichev. Still in play. And nice and tidily does it. Neat work again, involving Lombardi and Berti. And it needed to be intercepted, that, because Delgado was just behind. Nice touch forward. That's looking for Penef, and again just too slow to get to the loose ball. And it will be a free kick to Argentina. And the referees ruled the game very calmly, considering that look he gave in the camera shot we saw right at the outset of this game. Seemed to have a demon in the eye. There's Veron, and again another beautiful ball by Veron. It didn't quite come off, and Delgado left to chase. This is Lombardi. And it's going to drop here, surely, for Cardozo. And the keeper's all over the place here. And they just need the ball into the 6-yard area. And couldn't find the quality of ball to do it. It's still not away from danger, though, yet. This is Pineda. This is Lopez. Goes low on the ground from Lopez. Cut back by Berti and into the arms of Zdravkov. And again, all the possession, all the passing, all the movement, but just not quite the end product. And it won't have been pleasing for Passarella to see how many chances, or how few chances, really open, clear ones, that they've created with the possession that they've had. And as he looks back to the previous statistics, and especially those 23 goals in 16 qualifying games, it's certainly a cause for worry. Challenge fairly crude by Berti on Balakov. This is Kichichev. Here's Lechkov. Lechkov looking for Kostadinov. Could have tried a first-time shot then, Kostadinov. Again, another player who's been in and out. Now, surely this is going to be number 2. It's 2-on-1. Lopez is there if he needs him. This is Delgado. A little ponderous for that by Delgado. Wanted too many touches and too many times and too many turns, and ran out of space. Just poor first touch by Marcelo Delgado. No free kick, no incident, says the referee, but given away to Veron. Nobody in front of him. He's got to do the chasing and carrying work himself this time, Veron, and just runs out of space. But they don't have to wait long for possession to come back to them. This is Lombardi. Lopez steps over it. Here's a chance here. Good save again by the keeper from the shot from Cardozo. The keeper, Zdravkov, has done exceptionally well tonight to keep the score low. Lechkov once again, dropping ever deeper, so it seems, to look for possession of the ball. And straight again, given away to Lombardi. 10, Cardozo. Given away this time, hustled out of it. This is Balakov looking for Lechkov. Lombardi across to cover. And the referee is going to have a word with Kostadinov, and Kostadinov goes off. He's only been on as a second-half substitute, but Kostadinov has gone off for something that has happened off the field. There's Stoichkov. And, well, he's certainly no stranger to the old red card. Well, quite what the sending off was for here. I mean, it can't possibly have been for that. Well, he raised a hand toward the facial region. Well, that must be the harshest sending off I think I have ever seen. Emil Kostadinov will play no further part. Off he goes. And, well, we were speaking too soon about the referee. That was a very strange decision. And unless he'd gone into the book for something earlier on, which we didn't see, which I'm sure he didn't, then it's just one of those decisions. 73 minutes have gone. Bulgaria are down to 10 men. Argentina lead by Gabriel Batistuta's goal of 34 minutes. This is Delgado. 10 there was Cardozo looking for Lombardi. Couldn't lift it high enough this time. Lombardi does so the second time. Lopez! Well, he's better than his head than he is with his shooting boots in the vicinity of the penalty area. Well, he is on tonight's showing. Yeah, and look at that, they held the line well, but look at the space again afforded to Lopez. A free header on goal, and arguably he should have at least made the keeper work. Still no Fairley Jr. at 23 years of age. Cardozo. And 6 is Chamot, who's had a quiet game, had very little to do, that's why. 18 is Lechkov, looking for the high ball, and Penef, and Cavallero gives himself something to do. And away comes Lombardi, just fails to keep the ball in play, or does he? No, the linesman's flag stays down, it is in play, Lopez is there. This is Delgado. And they all jump and run over it. This is Veron. First stray pass we've seen from him all night. It drops to Lechkov. And it's going to be pumped out of play, I think. Whilst treatment can be avoided. And just a reminder for you that coming up over the coming months on Eurosport, a chance to see some of the sides in World Cup friendlies and World Cup warm-up games that perhaps you're not normally used to seeing in between World Cups, the likes of this game tonight between Argentina. Certainly can't, not the sort of thing you can rely on terrestrial television for. And come the World Cup in June, kick-off date, and you will be able to see 64 games here on Eurosport, the most in-depth and comprehensive coverage that you will find anywhere, along with, of course, comprehensive highlights. You will not miss a thing. And I've seen the schedules, a lot of football, lots of football, so if you are a serious football fanatic, then this station is certainly the one to be watching. Every single one of those games. Why waste your time flicking through the channels? No, this isn't looking too good for Ayala. And doesn't look as though he's going to be taking any further part in the game, Ayala. And certainly has grown in stature every time he's put the shirt, or the Argentinian shirt, on. And Berizzo, number 13, makes his way on. Again, another fringe player, Berizzo. Certainly Passarella is allowing everybody to stake a claim for a World Cup place. 16 is Berti. Pineda. 19 is Delgado. This is a chance for Pineda. He took it away from himself. Lopez. And the shot, although dipping, was dipping well after it had gone and cleared Zdravkov's crossbar. Now here's Lechkov, and again just the poor first touch this time. Here's Veron. Oh, lovely touch, and the move through. The referee says play on. Down they go. It's like pins falling there. This time the foul. Cardozo taken quickly. A chance here for Lopez. And perhaps has done more running and enough work. He deserves a goal tonight for his contribution. The keeper is doing a fine job between the goal tonight, is Zdravkov. Corner taken by Cardozo, spun out wide. Here's Veron, he's going to tee it up for a shot. No, he tees it up again for another one of those dinky little passes. Almost found Lopez. Again, Penev is chasing shadows almost. He's had very short change out of anything he's challenged for so far this evening. I think he's seen the ball more than a couple of times. Here goes Veron with Lombardi out on the flank on the overlap. Veron again, offside. This is Yoranov. Kichichev. Again, just finds the chest of a blue and white striped shirt. And Bonev will certainly need to at least step up his search for youth talent. He's got such a small pool of players from which to choose, and it would be almost suicide not to take the squad that he's got to France, but it is beginning to look its age. It certainly is here. Here goes Veron, well wide. Lechkov for Penev. And again, easily dispossessed by Lombardi. Veron. This is Berti. Lombardi. Berti's gone for the return. A bit sloppy. And this is Balakov. Lechkov. Nice play by Lechkov. Almost finding a way through. Continues his run, Lechkov. Spread by Balakov out wide for Penev. And Penev getting pushed all over the place, and I don't think he's being unfair, but he does look ungainly with the ball at his feet, does Penev. That's good defending. And another player down injured. And plenty of positive points for Passarella to take out of this game as Kirstoff is given the attention that he needs. Certainly the play of Lombardi and Ayala before he went off with those two fabulous headed attempts at goal. Rose supremely well. Mind you, wasn't covered by the type of defence he will meet in the World Cup, but still he had to get there, and he rose supremely well. And had it not been for a last-ditch save by Kichichev and a very good save in the first half from the keeper, then he would have had a couple of goals there. And Kirstoff ready to come back on the field of play and almost conspired to give the possession of the ball away and themselves. Here's Lopez! How did he manage not to turn that in? The keeper had the posts covered, but he looked to have the beating of him. Fell nicely for Lopez. And this is Ionov, number 15 on for Bulgaria, and well, they've done well to survive this game at 1-0, really, it has to be said. 18 is 19 rather is Delgado. Lombardi. Penev's touch, looking to try and feed Lechkov. Nearly did there now. There's nobody in front of Balakov. There is now Gruyev. Remember, Bulgaria down to 10 men if you've just joined us. Argentina leading 1-0. Goal courtesy of Gabriel Batistuta after 33 minutes following the vicious shot from Lopez, which the keeper could only parry, and it dropped straight to the feet of Batistuta, who was stood on the goal line and had the simplest of tasks just to put the ball in. Veron holding off his man well. And that was nearly not a very good ball. We haven't seen too many of those from Argentina tonight. Quickly taken by Pineda. This is Lopez. Good challenge though. Yordanov. Kishichev. Lechkov taken off the ball again very easily. And is he going to keep it in play? Does just Pineda. Now, is there a flag up? No, there isn't. And a chance! Oh, wonderfully finished by Lopez. Well, we said shooting wasn't the biggest attribute that he's got, but he's done some way to waylaying that. That was a vicious shot from Lopez. And the keeper this time had absolutely no chance. Zdravkov didn't even see that until it was nestling in the back of the net. Good quick play by Pineda. Looked to be a suspicion of offside. No flag from the linesman. It was cut back from Berizzo, and look at that for a finish. Very accomplished indeed. And the goalkeeper, who's done so much tonight to stem a potential tidal flow of goals, could do nothing. And Argentina at last have a scoreline that looks somewhere near to showing the superiority that they've shown over this 90 minutes. And Kishichev just getting a knock in the mouth for his troubles. 16 there is Berti. Ionov was number 14. And that's going to be a free kick. Inside shooting distance now. Lechkov might fancy his chances here. Signalling to the bench for something now. Standing over the ball also is Balakov. Balakov and Lechkov are there. Penev is in the wall, complaining about the distance it is back. Here goes Balakov. Oh, and the keeper had to be aware. It wasn't struck with the greatest of force, but it could have been a cause for a possible embarrassment there for Calvolero's. Very slight deflection altered the flight of the ball, and he did well to react quickly. There's Lombardi, another one who's had a good game tonight. 18 is Berti, and again this is Lombardi! Oh, it would have capped off a great performance by Lombardi if he'd managed to get in there. He was seriously offside though, and just stretching, and it would have added a bit more realism to the scoreline. There he is, Lombardi again, just in the centre circle there. Balakov with the free kick for Bulgaria. Previously so far this year, Argentina have beaten Romania 2-1 and Yugoslavia 3-1. And 2-0 is the result that they look very close to achieving here tonight, unless they can score or add something to it here. Breaking free on the far post. Oh, it was just a case for pushing the ball into the back of the net had it not been for the boot of Yankov. Again, the tired legs in the Bulgarian defence, and once more Lopez finding a way easily past. And Ionov just keeps it in play, does he? No, he doesn't. And that is the final whistle. A thoroughly satisfactory performance this by the Argentinians, and it underlines one thing, that they have got huge strength in depth in this squad. They may have thought that when you looked at this side tonight and didn't recognise many of the names, there were big names missing here. Ortega, Zanetti, Crespo, Simeone. And they've overcome a side that, although old, is still considered to have enough skill and guile on the day to cause a few problems. Bulgaria, though, looked what they are, an ageing side. And with many of them not playing enough first-team football, well, things don't look too good for them. That's all, though, from me, Tim Cable, this evening. A very good night.